Welcome, Matt here. Just wanted to share a fun thing. We were looking at some linear odd grouping ideas in the live lesson inside the Academy today. So I'll put a link for that below if you want to jump in and check it out with us. But we go a lot deeper in there, but I just wanted to share one of the ideas with you here because it's a fun one and it's a quick one to learn. So linear, as you probably know, is just hitting one thing at a time. So nothing too complicated there, just a different approach. And what I want to look at today is just odd groupings within a 4/4 framework. So we're in 4/4, 4 quarter notes in a bar. We're looking at 16th notes, so there's 16 of them in a bar. So normally we'd feel it as in our neat groups of 4, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. But if you just think some basic maths, we can split those 16 notes up into lots of different ways. So what we're going to do here is a 3-note grouping. To basic maths, how many 3s go in 16? Well, it's 5 with 1 left over at the end. So we can play our 3-note pattern 5 times. So let me just chuck this sheet music here, just so you can see what I'm doing and follow it along with me. Okay, so our pattern, without any accents, without worrying about anything else, you can see the bracket over each pattern there. It's bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat. Okay, so that's the pattern. So we can just play that first of all to get used to it, like I just did there. Bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat, bass, snare, hat. Get your limbs used to that pattern. And once you're comfortable with that, we need to then move to thinking about it in that 4/4 context. So actually, the way we're going to count this is 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and then at the end, we've got that extra 1 note to make it up to 16. So we can do 2 hi-hats. So not worrying about accents yet, we go 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a. So that's how it fits into the bar. And again, I'm just giving this to you quickly today, rushing through it. So obviously slow it right down to learn it at your speed. Once you're comfortable with that, the last stage is to add these accents in. So we've got an accent on beat 2 and then an accent on 4E, which gives us quite a funky displaced feel. Where that fits into our 3-note grouping, so remember we're playing 5 lots of the 3-note grouping, it's the snare on the second grouping and then on the 5th one. So that's where it is in the 3-note groupings, but I like to always keep a sense of where you are within the bar of 4/4. So what I'm going to do is just play that to you now. I'll add the accents in so you can kind of hear it as a groove, and then I'm going to show you one more thing we can do with it. Okay, so there it is. Bit quirky, bit weird, right? You might even, without any context or explanation, if you heard that, you might even struggle to hear it's 4/4 because the emphasis is quite different. So this can be a really interesting thing when you need something a bit quirky and a bit less predictable. But this can also work if you're just playing it as almost like a fill. So you could be playing a normal type of groove, and then we'll just drop this in for 1 bar. So let me give you an example. Okay, so you see how that can just be an interesting thing to drop in and then come back to your normal type of groove. Once you've got it, you could also explore, maybe you're going to play that right hand on the cowbell or on the ride, or maybe move the left hand around the tom. So you can get really creative with the way you evolve this, the way you develop it. But for now, I just want you to take this one little idea, to drop this idea into you. So how can you split your 16 16th notes into more interesting phrasings? And then how can you get your accents in there, to get your backbeat in, turn it into a bit of a groove and turn it into something musical and interesting. Use this example that you can see on the screen now if you like. It's a really nice launch pad. As I say, just a real quick one, dropping in something we went into a lot more depth inside the Academy this week. But I hope you're enjoying it. Gives you a little bit of inspiration.